you guys hear me? Hello everyone, good evening. I hope you guys can hear me. I just want to be sure that you guys can hear me. If you're ready, type ready in the comment section. Type ready in the comment section right now. I hope you can hear me. Type ready in the comment section. Am I loud? Can you guys hear me? You guys ready for today? Are you guys ready for today? Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Awesome, awesome, ready. I don't know, are some people not online? Okay, I think we're getting them now. All right, awesome, fantastic. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, so guys, first of all, I want to appreciate every one of us for being patient enough for this class. We were supposed to do this class during the physical meeting, but because of some things that came up, we could not do the class, so we decided to do it online. And doing it online, I decided to open it up to more persons. So I want more people to partake so that at the end of the day, the entire community will also feel the impact. So first, before we begin to edit, I want to make something clear to you. For you to qualify for the free Evoto credit, please, for you to qualify for the free Evoto credit, please make sure that you fill the form. Make sure you fill the form that I gave to you guys, the link to the Google form. Make sure you have filled it correctly, because it is the detail from the form that I'm sending to Evoto team. All right, I cannot send your phone number from the WhatsApp group. So if you did not fill the form, you will not get the free Evoto credits. So please, because I'm sending everything by morning so that they can start distributing the credits. So make sure you fill the form. If you have not, I am saying it again and again, because I don't want anyone to come tomorrow and say, I did not get the credit. Did they select the people that they are giving the free credit to? No. Fill the form. Just put your email address and your name so that they can assign the credit to you. All right. So let's go on with our class. So welcome to today's class. So guys, I want you to know that the software we are using today is called Evoto, and if you do not have an account, I'm going to also paste the link that you can use to create an account with Evoto. All right, so make sure you have an account and make sure you fill the form to qualify for the free Evoto credit. So let's go on with today's class. So the first thing I want you guys to know is this, that Evoto is a software that is like a combination of Lightroom and Photoshop and more. Like if you add Lightroom, you add Photoshop, and you add more stuff, more amazing stuff. That is what Evoto is. So if you have Evoto app, you can actually do what you can do in Lightroom. You can actually do a lot of things you can do in Photoshop, and there are even more stuff that cannot be done with these two softwares that you can do with Evoto. And today I'm going to be going through several images demonstrating some of these things that you can do with Evoto. All right, so now the first thing a lot of people get confused with when it comes to this software is that they want to know how the software works. So before we talk about, like, you know, before we talk about how to use the software, we want to talk about how the pricing system is structured, because a lot of people do not understand that. So I'm going to just share my screen to show you how it works, then we can go over to talking about how you can actually use Evoto software. All right, so let's go on. So now the first thing, if you have an account with Evoto, you can sign in, and if you sign in, your name will be here. You see this orange icon, you can click on it to see your name, and you can see how much credit you have left, and other details will be here. So now for Evoto, now the first thing to take note of is that when it comes to the pricing, we have the annual subscription, we have the pay as you go, we have the cloud storage, we have the enterprise. They are currently running a seasonal deals for family photographers, which is ending in 4 hours, but they are giving the same discount my promo code will give. So you don't need to think about this. My promo code will give you 20% discount on all the package. I will show you how to get that done. Okay, so you don't have any business with this or this. What you have business with is either the annual subscription or the pay as you go. So now, one thing you need to know is that when you pay for any subscription on Evoto, they will assign some credits to you. Those Evoto credits they give to you represent how many pictures you can export, not how many pictures you can edit, because Evoto is a software that you can use for free to edit pictures. But the only thing is that when you want to export the picture, it requires you to use credits. So you can edit and check whether you like the picture or not before you can use your credit to export the picture. So if you do not like your edit, you don't need to export it. Your credit will still be intact. So you can use Evoto software to edit so many pictures, and you choose the ones you want to export. So when you export 200 pictures, that will exhaust this your 200 credit. So this 200 credit is for $49, but right now they are on promo for $39, which is 20% off. It's the same thing as when you click on buy now and then you click on add coupon and you put Ncourage. Mine is not time bound. Anytime, as long as my partnership is with them, you will always get this discount, this 20% off. So instead of paying 49, you will pay 39 for 200 credits. So stop paying the full price when you can use my promo code to get discounts. The same thing works for the annual subscription. Now all this promo they have is going to run off very soon, okay, which is in 4 hours, but my promo code will always give you the discount. Now I want to mention something. Evoto also has ways you can get extra credits. So for example, if I am getting this 800 credits, it is selling for $89. All right, so if I click on buy, not the start trial, you click on buy now. When you click on buy now, you can click on add coupon and you put Ncourage and you click on apply. So now if you notice this, it will already give me my discount of paying $76, but this is all I will get, in the sense that I will get only 800 credits. But if you have a referral code, you can get extra credit. So now how do you get referral code? Referral code can only be gotten from people who have an Evoto subscription. So if you do not have an Evoto subscription, you cannot get a referral code. So if you are new to Evoto, I have a code I can give to you that will give you extra credit. So if you put the code here, this is the code. I also, no, not this. Let me see. Let me copy the code. Just a moment. Let me type it in. I copied it to my clipboard. I thought it was still there. So let me just type it in and show you how the code works. So this is the code. APNRHJJM61. So when I put this code and I click on pay now, this code is going to give me extra points, and this point can be redeemed as Evoto credits. So if you just pay putting only my coupon code, you will get only 800 credits. But if you put a referral code, you will get extra points that can be redeemed as Evoto credits. So the more people you refer, like if for example I create this by subscription, I will have a code. I can create my own referral code that I can give to other people, that anytime somebody is paying for an Evoto subscription, give them your referral code and give them my coupon code. They will get extra credit when they are buying it. You will also get extra credit because you are the one referring the person. Then they will get a discount using my promo code. So that is one of the way to be able to get more. So for any of the package, just put encourage. So don't do the start trial, because start trial would take some days before you'll be debited from your account. And you know, they're only going to give you 50 credits for free, which you can use for that 7 days, and after which they will debit you. For me, it's better you just pay for a subscription that you want, and you don't need these 50 free credits, because I'm also going to give you free credit for being part of this class. All right, so all you just need to do is to click on buy now, and then put your coupon code, and then also put your referral code to be able to get extra credits or extra points. And when you have the points, let me show you how to redeem the points. Click on this green icon, this your orange icon, click on my account, and then go to smart points dashboard. You will see your points, the number of points you have. So the number of points you have, it will convert to number of credits you can redeem. Just click on redeem, and the credits will top up. So that is how to do it. So I believe you guys understand this, and I want to move on to other things. So in case you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I will be happy to answer your questions. Okay, so let's go on. Let's go into the main stuff for today. So let's go to Evoto app. So when you get to Evoto app, the first thing you need to know is, first, if you already have this app downloaded for some days, please make sure you have it updated every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, there's always a new update from Evoto. All right, so you click on the Evoto icon, and you click on check up for updates, and make sure you see this, you are up to date. If you see this, you are up to date, that means you are good to go. All right, so if your Evoto shows you are up to date, you are good to go. Just make sure you update your Evoto app every 2 weeks, and you get the latest of the features that they have. All right, so the first thing you're going to have is that Evoto is going to open in the library panel, the library module. On the library module, all right, so on the library module, you have what we call projects at the side, and you have other things, collection, bin. So you don't need most of these things. I'll just go straight to the point, what you need. So you come to projects. Under the project, you can click on the plus that has a circle, like a circle with a plus at the middle. Click on it, and it will ask you create project or create group. Group means if you want like a collection, let's say for example, I can create a group of December photo shoots, and then under the December photo shoots, I'll be putting different projects of different weddings, so, or different photo shoots that happen in the studio. So you can actually create a group and have it, just more of making it easier for you to organize your files. All right, so if you need that, but most times I just leave I just leave them here because I'm able to find the files that I want. I just click on the plus, and I create new project, and then I can choose the project that the name of the project. So if I want to call it any name, I can call it the name. That just shows that whenever I'm looking for the files I'm going to import, that I will always find them there. Then some people make the mistake of clicking on sync with multiple device. If you click on sync with multiple device, it will require cloud storage. What does it mean? Every file you import here will be uploaded to cloud, so that no matter any computer that you log in your Evoto details, you will be able to see all the files that are in this particular project. So that is how that works. No matter where you log in, if you log in on a new device, whether you are in the US or anywhere in the world, you would see the files because you synced it with multiple devices. So keep this off and just click on create. All right, so because that, if you click on it, it's going to use a lot of data to upload all your raw files to cloud storage. And you also need Evoto cloud storage option. So like right now, you can see my cloud storage is 0 kilobytes. I don't have the cloud storage option because I don't use it. All right, I don't need it. I don't need it, so that's why I do not have the cloud storage option. So you can buy cloud storage separately. If you want 1 terabyte, you want 500 gig, you want 100 gig, there are different options for buying the cloud storage. Okay, so let's go on. So now, I hope you guys are following. Just to be sure, is it making sense? Is the class making sense? I just want to be sure that everybody is learning something. Please let me get your feedback that you're learning. Is it making sense? Oh, okay, good, awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, so let's go on. Let's go on. Okay, so now, when you finish creating your project, how do you import pictures? The simplest way is just drag and drop. Drag it from where they are and just drop. All right, that's the simplest way. It will ask you, should you import to this current project, or do you want to create a new project for it? So that is up to you. So for me, if I've already created a project, there's no point. I'll just say continue. So let's go on. So what I'll do next is I'll just click on edit. So because if you're on the library, that is where you can do your calling, which is to select your pictures if you have similar pictures. Now this class is not for us to do that because that will take a bit of time. I want us to focus on the main thing, and let's leave that. All right, we can always do, in fact, what I want to do is that I want to keep this group active so that we can always do some periodic classes. And trust me, all the class I'm going to be doing for you guys concerning how to use Evoto is free because I'm a partner with them. I can teach you how to use Evoto for free. And please, one way Evoto will know that I'm doing a good job is by you using my promo code my coupon code whenever you are making a purchase, or you have anybody that is making a purchase. Let them use my coupon code Ncourage so that Evoto will know that yes, I am referring people to them. They will be able to empower me to do more events or more stuff that can benefit more people. All right, so, and yes, while you are using my discount code, you can use your referral code so that you get your free credits or free points that can be converted to credits, and the person using it will also get free points that can be converted to credit. So let's go on. So just click on edit, and when you click on edit, it opens this new panel. So this place, you have your presets, you have mask, and you have history. Any edit you do will be recorded here. If I move anything, it will show here. So this is for history, and you can delete the history. That means to reset the image. All right, or you can double click on this to keep this panel on the side. All right, then if you've done an edit and you want to reset, you can just click on this triangle, this arrow that is curved. You can just click on it. Then this is the hand tool that you can use to hold the picture and move it around. Then this is the liquify. Liquify is for pushing things around. Liquify, like the way the forward warp tool is. Let me show you an image where we can apply that. So let's look at this. For example, you can see that so if I don't like the way the hair is here, I can just go to this, which is the liquify, like the way Photoshop is liquify. So you can actually push, and then there are many other settings and there are many other tools here, but I don't use most of them. All these other tools are just the way it is in Photoshop. Twirl, poker, bloat, they're all like similar to the way Photoshop handles them. So but for me, I just use the forward warp tool. To be able to move things, and then you can choose the density, the pressure. Just keep the pressure as low as possible, and the density, I just keep it low. All right, so sometimes I put the density at 50%, but for me I like it smaller so that the center of the brush will be the powerful part compared to the edges of the brush. So you can see the before. Let's see the before and after. You can see how we did that with this tool, and I click on OK. Now, one thing I want you guys to know is that some tools are free on Evoto. Now, what do I mean? For example, if at this stage I export this picture, I will not pay for it. The reason why I will not pay for it is that the tools I've used are the free tools. So there are some tools that are free to use on Evoto. Anytime you use a tool and it does not put a watermark on your image, it means that those tools are free. But if you use a tool and a watermark appears on your image, it means that it's a premium tool, that if you want to export the image, you must pay with credits. So if you want to do basic balancing of your images using these their tools here, exposure, doing all these things, if you want to use all these things, you can use it for free and export the images without paying for any credits. The only time you begin to pay for credit is when you now go to other tools that the moment you use them, like for example, the moment I use this now, the watermark is going to appear on the image. Let me see. I don't know why it's not showing up now. It used to show. Let's see. It's not showing up now. Okay, so I don't know why it's not showing up, but I'm going to explain most of these things as we go on. But I wanted to just state that if you use the basic panel that has the color adjustment, exposure adjustment, you can export the images for free. All right, so let's go back to what we're doing. So now this is the liquify tool. Like I said, once you're done, click on OK, and then it goes back to the hand tool, which you can use to move the image around. Then the next one is the spot healing brush tool. This is for cleaning blemishes. So let's quickly go back to, let's go to another image we can use it for. So let's look at let's look at this image, for example. All right, so look at this image, for example. We can use the spot healing brush tool here. So you just go to the spot healing brush tool, and then you see the spot healing brush, you see the patch tool, you see the clone stamp tool. I prefer the spot healing brush tool because that one, the moment you brush on the area you don't want, Evoto just looks for another area to fill it. So if I click on this, Evoto just fills it up. So, but the way to use most of these tools is to make sure your brush tool is as small as the size of what you are trying to remove. So if I just make sure it's as small as possible, and you can use that to remove anything. But for Evoto, you don't need to come in and be removing all the blemishes like this, because there are dedicated tools that can remove all the blemishes at once. So, but the only areas you'll be thinking of is, for example, you see the red part of the eye. I may need this tool for that. There are some things that Evoto might not see this, might not see this. I can use this tool for it. But when it comes to normal regular blemishes, forget. Evoto has dedicated tools that can actually take all of those things with one slider. All right, so I'm going to click on OK. So that is for this tool. The next tool is for matte refinement. I really do not use this tool. All right, I really do not use this tool. It's just an update that recently came out. So when you click on the matte refinement, I think it's just to restore some details in some areas and all of that, but I really do not use it. So we're going to take this one out. It just came out I think on the last update. Then the other one I use is the AI lab. In fact, we're going to spend a lot of time dealing with all of this on the AI lab, so I'm going to come back to this. But one thing to note is that for the AI lab, all these various all these various functions that you need to do on your pictures, they have their own special amount of credits they take. So they are not like the other tools that works for free. This AI lab requires credit. So if you want to do the AI fusion background, for every generative stuff you do, you pay 1 credit. So all of them have their own. I'm going to come back to this shortly. So just hold on, let me go through what we have. Then the next is when you have a new Evoto account, you can get free 15 credits. How do you get the free 15 credit? Click on this gift icon that is here. When you click on it, it will bring out a survey for you. Now that survey, just put your details, then they'll ask you, how did you hear about us? Select influencer, then put my name as name of the influencer, just put Ncourage, and then you can now put other details, put your WhatsApp, and then once you submit, you're going to get free 15 credits. Now, most of these free credits, they have expiration. I think this 50 credit is for like a month or 2 months. So if you do not use it, the credit will expire and leave your account. All right, so even the credit I'm going to be giving to everybody, all right, that credit is for 3 months. So if you do not use it in 3 months, the credit is going to disappear. So make sure you use your credit. I don't know why people keep hoarding credits. They will come back and tell me they can't find their credit on their accounts. It disappears if you do not use it. All right, so the Evoto plans, they have annual subscription and pay as you go that I showed you earlier on. The annual subscription is for 1 year. Once you renew, the old credit joins the new one and it continues. All right, so those ones, because it's a subscription base, as you continue your subscription, your credit remains valid. But since these ones are free credits, they have a fixed expiration date that you cannot extend. So let's go on. Then this is export. When you are done editing, you can export. You can click on custom, where you can now put your watermark, put everything you need to do, or you can follow any of their presets that they have here to export your images. So most times when I'm exporting from Evoto, I export with the TIFF large, because anything I've exported from Evoto, I still take them to Photoshop to do my final touch before I send to my clients or post them online. So I export with this. So but if you want to export ready to use, you can export JPEG or custom and choose how you want it to be. Then this is the export history, where if you are exporting, you click on exporting, you will see the current exporting that is going on and the ones that are completed. So if you are sharing your account with somebody, this is where you can see where the export is taking place. So you see the name of the project and you know the number of credits that have been used and all of that. So that is how that works. And this is the cloud storage. So if you were you were syncing files, like you enabled multiple device use, the files that are uploading, you will see the history on this part. That is for that. Then this is alerts. So if there are any updates from Evoto team, this is where they give you like information to let you know that they just give you notifications here. If you click on this, you will see your account and see how much credit you have. So by the time the credits have been distributed to everybody, I will notify you guys. All you need to do is just sign into your Evoto account, click on this blue circle, you will see how much credit you have. So here will always be showing you the total number of credits you have ever received, and this one will be telling you how much credit you have. So if you have like 1,000 Evoto credits, all right, if you buy another 1,000, here will be showing 2,000, and here will be showing what is left. So, and every other informations that are here. Then if you want to buy credit, you can just click on this. It will take you to the website. You don't buy credits on this page, you buy credits on the website evoto.ai. all right, so you can click on this and it will redirect you to the website. Then this is for the free credits, to get 15 free credits. Okay, so that is for that. So just like the way Lightroom is, the picture that you are editing, once you select it, it will show on this part, and this is like a carousel that has all the picture in that particular collection, like that you imported. Okay, then when you come to this side, you begin to see different things that you can work on. So the first thing you see is the AI. So under the AI, this is where you can copy somebody's color grade. All right, so let me show you an example. So for example, looking at this image, all right, so if you want to copy another color grade, all right, you just click on when you click on this particular tool, you scroll down and you see this AI color tools, and you see AI style. So you come to color match. There's color looks, which is more of like presets, all right, and there's color match. You want to be on color match. On the color match, you are going to click on upload references, and you go and select wherever you have any reference. When you click on any of the reference will show up. So I already have some references I uploaded, all right, from different photographers. So if I'm using this reference, for example, if I click on it, look at what happens. It comes to the side, and then it will be writing processing and copy the color grade on this image to this image, including the hair, the skin, the clothes, everything is going to copy everything and transfer it here. All right, so If it by the time it's done transferring, if you don't want to see this anymore, you click on this loop view. If you click on loop view, it will show only your image. If you click on reference view, it will show you your reference and the edit. So I don't want the reference anymore. I'm going to click on loop view. Now this is the one I copy the color grade from. You see that there's a 3 dots at the bottom. Click on the 3 dots and click on view details. When you click on view details, you will now see where you can adjust anything that was done. So for example, this girl has a gray hair. Is the reason why the AI is trying to turn the hair to gray. If I don't want the hair to be gray, I want the original hair, I will look for that under this section. You see person, and you come to where you find hair. When you see hair, bring the tone down and then bring the color down. So what do you see? You see that the original hair will be restored. Look at before and after. You can see. Then including the background is changing because of this image background. So I'll click on background and then I'll bring the tone down and bring the color down. It will bring back my original background. So what else? I can go back to the person, and then if the clothes, I see that the clothes is changing. It's trying to change the clothes to look like the skin because this girl doesn't have clothes on, from this visible part we can see on the image. So I click on clothes and I'll bring this part down and I'll bring this part down. So it will bring back my original clothes. So right now, look at the color grade before and after. So if I feel the intensity is too much, I'll click on full image and then I'll bring the amount down. So I color graded this image in 1 second or 2 seconds. So imagine the time it would have taken you to actually color grade this image. But AI did it by you just had the reference and you're able to achieve similar skin tone from one click. Is it making sense? Is it making sense? All right, so let's go on. So now, this particular color grade I did, I can sync it. I can select another image and then I click on sync. So you can see AI color adjustment is checked when I click on sync. So let's watch and see the results. So you can see, let me see, you see the results. So it changes automatically. So the same color grade, you can see it's trying to imitate similar style with this. The same color grade I applied on this, I can transfer it to another image just by clicking on syncing. All right, so that's what this AI color adjustment. So there are other things here, I don't use them, so I don't want this class to be too long. There are other things here. There's AI color correction. All right, so look at this image there. If I click on AI color correction, it will try to correct the color. You can see the white balance all of a sudden, just one click. I don't have to pick myself. I just click on AI color correction to correct it. If I see any image at all, so like look at this, you can see how warm this image is. If I click on AI color correction, and it will also increase your exposure, adjust. I don't want all of that. It's like auto edit. I don't like it, so that's why I don't use it. Okay, so I prefer to adjust things myself. All right, so, and there's no way you can reduce this or increase this, so that's why I don't use it. All I use is I just come to AI style, and this AI style I come to color match and I choose a reference. So let's see another example. So let's look at this. All right, I want to be sure this is reset. Okay, and then let's say I pick this as my mood board. So let's look at what happens. I want to zoom in so you can see, how it's trying to imitate it. So sometimes you might not get it exactly, perfectly, because the images are not the same. So if you want an image that will work very well, you need to make sure that to a very large extent the image looks similar. So but this is not working exactly. I know what is wrong. This is looking brighter, so we can fix that. All we need to do is first of all go to the loop. When we go to the loop, then we can come to this, come to 3 dots, come to view details. I don't want it on the background, so I'll click on background and take it out of the background. All right, I don't want it on some part of this, of the image. For example, the clothes, I can click on masking and then come to person, come to clothes, and then I'm going to reduce it on the clothes like this. All right, so now I am also going to Just a moment, guys. Please, can you call me quickly, please? I'm in a class. Just put it down, please. I'm in a class. Thank you. Okay, guys. So sorry for the breaky transmission. So now, I don't want it on the, I think the hair looks good. Let me see before and after. Okay, I don't like it on the hair. I'm just going to reduce it on the hair. So on the hair, instead of doing 0, I'm just going to do 50%, 50%. So that's what I'm going to do. So for the skin, I like it. All right, so the only thing I'm going to do, let me see if it's the lip color. Okay, the eyeshadow, let me see. Eyebrows. Okay, I think I'll leave the other thing. So the only thing I want to do is I want to reduce the exposure on the skin. So I'll just go to the basic color adjustment. I just come to exposure and bring the exposure down and increase the contrast a little bit, and just come to saturation, probably increase saturation a little bit, and I can go to HSL, come to orange. So you see how I can just, you know, how I can just adjust little by little, and we are gradually getting closer to our reference. Let me show you. We are gradually getting closer to our reference. So that's how you can use the AI style. I believe everybody understand that. All right, so let's move on to other amazing parts. Okay, so now the next part you have, all right, the next part you have, let me reset this. Okay, so the next part we have is, apart from this AI color adjustment, the next thing you have is the color adjustment, not AI. This is AI color adjustment. So I'm going to cancel this and have the color adjustment, which is this, where you can do any of your color grade. See everything. So you can click on real-time color adjustment, but most times I prefer to keep it off, because if you keep it on, it's going to turn off these tools. So these tools cannot work when this thing is on, so I have to turn it off for these tools to work. So I leave it off. So, and see, it has color calibration, where you can do your color grade. If I want to move the blue primary, I can do all of that here. Like, this is amazing, honestly, guys. So let me show you. So now this is your normal histogram, where you can see everything, you know. Then this is your profile. You have standard, you have, so I just leave it on standard. Okay, so if you want filters, I don't use all of these. Then the basic tab, where I can choose my white balance if I want, but you know, I leave it as short, and I just move it manually to what I want. So I want to bring this guy down a little bit. Now, one thing I want you to know is that because we did not check real-time color adjustment, it means that it is going to lag for some seconds. So when you make an adjustment, wait for a few seconds, it will show. Like, no, not for a few seconds, milliseconds, it's going to show up. Okay, so it's not going to be like the way Lightroom is working in real time, or the way Capture One, when you move, it just works. So this one, when you move like this, you might wait for a while before it will show up, depending on the speed of your internet. Okay, so but just note that that is something that happens, or you can just click on real time, so that as you're adjusting, you are seeing it in real time. All right, it will not lag. All right, then whenever you're done editing, you can turn this one off, so that all these other tools can be active for you to use. So let's go on. So now you can move the tints, you can move the, you know, just like the way your normal edits will be for Lightroom. If you already know how to use Lightroom, trust me, this is a walkover. This is just something you can easily do. All right, you can, you know, all these things are things you can easily do. All these things are things you can easily do. Okay, so, and you can just go everything. So another amazing thing, that apart from HSL is hue, saturation, and luminance, where you can adjust the hue. Move, for example, the green outfit, I can move the green to look like blue, or move it to look like this. So I can move any of those colors, like this aqua, move it up or move it down. So I can do all of that. Apart from the HSL, there's also something called selective color. Selective color is only in Photoshop, but they brought it here. So where I can look at the green now, the green outfit, I can go to green, and I say I want to add red to the green, and I want to add yellow to the green. I can look at a skin tone and say red, I want to add red to the red, and I want to add yellow to the red, I want to add black, I want to add white. Like the way selective color works in Photoshop, you have it here. Then you have color grading, which is more of like split toning, or I think Lightroom calls it color grading now, though. They used to call it, is it split toning? No, I think color balance. I was going to say color balance. All right, in Photoshop, color balance, where you can put a particular color in the shadow, particular color in the midtones or the highlight, as the case may be. You can do that here as well. So I don't want to spend time explaining all of this. The reason is because I know a lot of you already know this, all right? But if you do not, don't worry. Like I said, we're going to hold more classes on how to use. In fact, one of the class I'm thinking of organizing is editing a picture from start to finish using only Evoto, like without having to stress yourself to use other softwares. How can we use Evoto from beginning to the end and still get very, very good results? So I'm looking at doing something like that, someday. So let's see, let's move on to other things, guys. So I hope you guys are learning. I hope it's making sense. I hope it's making sense. Let me be sure. Okay, great, great. I'm seeing good comments. Great, great, guys. Great, guys. Let's move on. So now, so that is all, like, I'm going to explain right now for color adjustment. Color adjustment is just the same thing you can do with your Lightroom, Capture One, Camera Raw. If you can use any of those tools, you can use this part, okay? And any of the adjustments you do, you can copy and paste. So now, the other thing you need to know about color adjustment is that you can also use mask. I can decide to say the clothes, I want to brighten only the clothes without brightening the entire image. I'll come to mask and click on the plus and choose person mask. Under the person mask, come to this side and click on persons. And then do I want the entire person? If I don't want the entire person, I can also change it. So click on create mask, and then you can choose only clothing, or do I want only the top? If the person is wearing top and bottom, you can choose only top or bottom. You can choose only shoes. So it has like some presets on the apparel, and it also has preset on the entire person. You want only the face skin, you want only this. So any one you choose. So if I want only the teeth, if the person is showing their teeth, if I want only the ears, can you see the ears automatically selected? If I want only the hair, so let's do only the hair, and then click on create mask. Once I click on create mask, look at what happens. The mask for those two things that I selected will be created. You can, so once that is done, like any adjustment I do right now is going to affect only those areas, except I come to full image. If I come to full image, that is when it is affecting the entire image. If I go back to this one, it will be affecting only where the mask is. It is that easy. So I can even do it for the background. I can do it for different amount of persons. Like, I can do it literally for any amount of persons. So guys, while we continue the class, I want you to know that if you want to subscribe to Evoto, you can use my promo code. My promo code is Ncourage, and you will get 20% off any of the package you are getting. Then I can also give you a coupon code, a referral code if you do not have one, where you can get extra points that will give you extra credits. So before you make that purchase, you use my coupon code for the discount. You use my referral code to get extra points. But if you have a referral code, you can use it, and then you'll be able to get extra points to get extra credits. And then for anybody you refer, you can always give them your referral code and my coupon code. You will get extra credit. Like for example, I have somebody who has made over 700 credits from referring people. Over 700 credits from referring people. Now, for you to get the referral code, you must have an active Evoto subscription. So they don't give referral code to free accounts. You must be on their plan. That is when you can qualify to refer people. You can't refer people when you have not subscribed. So that's something to take note of. So let's go on. So guys, so that's how the masking works. And if you don't want a particular mask, you can press delete on your keyboard. That will delete the image. You can actually click on these three dots and then click on delete, and you can delete the mask, or you can delete the entire layer if you want that. Okay, so if you delete the mask, for example, this mask is still active for you to do more selection. You just click on if you want all persons, or if you want to edit mask and add to the mask, there are ways to do all of these. So let me see. Let me delete the entire mask. Let me delete everything. Let me see. I don't want this layer. Let's see. Okay, so I want to create a new one, and then I can choose, do I want background, do I want pet, do I want object? So let's use this object. I want to explain something. If I click on object, for example, with the object, anything I hover around, it will like select. So for example, if I want the clothes, I click on the clothes, it has selected the clothes. I can click on the hair to add the hair. I can click on the jewelry to add the jewelry. I can click on as much as I want. Then if I make any adjustment, those things I clicked on is what will be affected. So that's something to take note of. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that there's object selection that you can use to select a particular object. So like, let me show you a practical use of this. Let me delete all the mask. So I've deleted all the masks. So let me click on object selection again and show you something. You can see that the jewelry on the ears and the one on the neck are not the same color. So I'm going to click on the one on the neck and click on, okay, it's even clicked, it's selected everything. I don't like it. The object selection is not doing justice to what I want. Let me go to what do I do? Oh, just on a bit. Let me go to let me go back to that object selection. Let me select the one on the ears. Let me zoom in and see if, oh, it's selecting all the jewelries at the same time. It's identifying all the jewelries at the same time. So I can select it like this. So once I select, so what I can do is that I can come to this side and see subtract. If I want to subtract, I can click on subtract and do manual brush subtract, and then I can manually remove a particular area that I don't want. So I don't want the eyes to be selected, so I only want the ones on the ear. So I can just come to the white balance and bring the white balance down a little bit. Let me see, not so much. Maybe take this guy up, then maybe come to the HSL, come to the yellow and move it slightly, then come to saturation and bring it down. So you can see how I've been able to match. So let me show you now. See how I've been able to match the jewelry here to this just by selecting, see, before and after. You can see this one was more saturated, but I've been able to match the jewelry to look like this. So you can literally do anything. Come on guys, you can do literally anything. All right, you can do anything. You can adjust one particular dot, adjust one particular thing, as the case may be. So let's move on to other things. So I'm going to, let me go to another image. Let's go to this image and let's see what we can do. So now that is for this, and then under the masking is where you have this. Okay, if you're done with masking, you can go to the next. So I'm going to click on this, you know, and then click on this portrait retouching. When you come to portrait retouching, this is where the cocoa is. That saves you a lot of time. So one of the things people get confused about when it comes to portrait retouching is this top, which is more of, you know, selecting of the subjects. So if you have multiple people on this on the image, on that particular image you are shooting, let's say you say, look at this image now. I have a male, I have a female. All right, so if I'm select female, any adjustment I do will only be affecting the female. If I go to male, all the adjustment I do on this point will be affecting only the male. So they give you the option to be able to edit people individually, because you know one of the things people face when it comes to editing is that you don't want to apply the same amount to everybody. You don't want a situation where it looks as though you apply this amount of retouching on one person's face, it's affecting everybody's face. You can actually do like you can edit individual subjects separately under the portrait retouching section. So all you just need to do is to look for the one that is assigned to them. So if you don't know, if for example I'm working on the male and it's not affecting him, maybe it was wrongly assigned, I can click on this face icon and go over on his face to know what he was assigned to. So he was assigned to male, and you can change it. If I want elderly male, it will be elderly male. When I go to back, it means that if I work on male, for example, it will not affect him until I go to elderly male. That is when anything I do will affect him. So that's something to take note of. So because you might have two females or two male on a particular picture, and you don't want to apply the same amount because one person has more skin blemishes than the other person. Just assign elderly male to one person, then leave the other person as the normal male, and you can edit them separately, and you still get very clean professional results. Okay, so that's something to take note of. If you want everybody to be edited at the same time, click on all. When you click on all, any adjustment you do will be affecting everybody at the same time. So that's something to take note of. And if you want to change your mind, you can just click on this arrow to go back, where you can now individually select the people you want the adjustment to affect. So for this now, it's female. So if I go on male and I come to blemish remover and I remove freckles and acne, you will see that the freckles and acne will not leave. They will still be on the image. Why are they still on the image? It's simple, because I am editing on the male section. So I have to come to female. When I come to freckles and blemishes, look at what happens. It will remove everything. Let me show you before and after. Before, this one we already did some color grades. Let me go to the one that we do not do color grade. Let me look for another image. Let's use this one. I'll reset this image. So look at this now. So if I come to male and I come to remove freckles, it will not remove anything because I'm under male. I have to come to female and do it. So now if I want to reassign to her and I come to this place and I change it from female to elderly female, for example, and I go back, look at what happens. You can see that the effect will not take place until I come to elderly female and then remove freckles. That's where it will affect her. So that's why I'm telling you that you can reassign gender to anybody just to get the result you are looking for. The idea for this is just like the way we have it in lighting. You have group A, group B, group C. You can choose any group for any light. It's not compulsory that one light must always be group A. Any light can be group A, any light can be group B. That's the same thing. Any subject can be male, any subject can be female. It's not whether the name is male or female that affects the image. No, it is that it just separates it. So me, I would prefer, maybe Evoto can change it, or maybe add brackets, something, because a lot of people get this thing confused that if you see elderly female, it means that the effect is going to affect it as if it's an elderly female. No. You are still in control on how much editing is going to take place. These names here are just to separate the image so that you can edit them individually. I hope it is making sense. Somebody's asking, how is this better than Photoshop? How do I clean background? Don't worry, just be patient. I will show you all of this. So now, I will show you all of this. So the person asking, how is this better than Photoshop? I will show you. I will answer your question and you see what I'm saying. So now, I'm not saying this is replacing Photoshop completely. Like I told you honestly, that I still take my pictures to Photoshop, but I don't spend time with Photoshop anymore, because this is saving me a lot of time and I'm able to deliver faster. So let's go on. Let me show you some more stuff. So under the blemish remover, this is for acne. If you want to remove acnes, on blemishes on the face, if you want to reduce face shine, if there's so much shine on the face, you want to take it down. If there's dark circle around the eye, you can take it down. If the person has eye bag, you can take it down. You can also remove, if the person is wearing glasses, you want to remove the flare. This is for removing flare. Then nostril cleanup. If there are hair under the nose, you can actually remove it with this, and also clean the edges of the nose that may have some then this is for lip. So if you have so many veins on the lip, you can wrinkles on the lip, you can actually smoothen the lip with this, and then if the person has like a double chin, you can actually reduce the double chin with this. So that is all when it comes to face refinement. So all we are doing now is under face refinement. All right, like the first part of face refinement. So the second part of face refinement is called facial wrinkles. Under facial wrinkles, so if the person has like those wrinkles on the head, that's like foldings on the hair, on the forehead, you can actually remove it with this. Let me see if I think there should be. Okay, so you can see on this my photo here, you can see these wrinkles. If I just come to, I'll make sure I select male and then forehead. Okay, it's not really showing so much. Let me take it up. If First of all, let me reset this image and then just brighten it myself because I don't like the exposure. That's okay. Good. Come back to the portrait section. Let me be sure that okay, yes, this is male. Right. Okay, so I can remove freckles and acne. You can see how that just already puts the image at a very good level. All right, then I can reduce okay, let me see, dark circle under the eye and the eye bags, and then I can come to double chin under the neck. You can see double chin just goes up, then the lip freckles, and then I can come to forehead wrinkles, which will reduce this. Then the 11 lines is the line around here. So if I click on this, then the eye wrinkles around the eyes. Then you have the nasal wrinkles around the nose. You have the smile line. If you have smile line, you want to take it out. Then you have cheek wrinkles around the cheek. Then you have marionette lines around the edge of the mouth. Then peroral wrinkles, which should be around the chin. So that is to remove blemish. This is not the retouch, just to remove the blemish. And if you know you are actually in control on how much, you can decide to say you want it all the way to the top or you want just a little amount. And by the time you are done editing, you can also use the master slider to reduce how much your effect is taking place on the image. It all depends on you. So like you can choose how much you want, how much you want when it comes to how the effect is on the image. All right, so let's go on, guys. I hope you guys are learning a lot. I hope it's making sense. We've already done about 1 hour of the class, so we still have 1 hour to go. So let's see how we can finish up. Yeah, so we can go on and let's see. Let me show you more. So guys, can you still hear me? I hope you guys can still hear me. I hope you guys can still hear me. Let me be sure that you guys can still hear me. All right. Okay, awesome. Somebody said I imported my images and it came out blur. All right. Okay, so it is not supposed to come out blur. So, but one thing I want you to know is that when Evoto is giving you your image here, they are only giving you a preview copy. Because I said if you imported raw files, it will always give you preview copy. Preview copies are generated by the app, including Lightroom. They are generated by the app, and you can choose the size. So if you go under Evoto, go to preferences. Under the preferences, come to preview, and you choose the preview size you want. By default is on 3000. You can see I changed my own to 4000 because I want it to be the highest quality possible. All right, I changed mine to 4000. So if yours is on any of all the smaller value, it will look as if your images are blur. All right, but just know that this is only but a preview copy. So I choose 4000. Then yeah, I think that's the major thing I just changed, and just click on OK. That's it. Okay, so let's move on. How do you clean? Oh, I will show you how to clean studio background. Just hold on, guys. I'll show you all of that. So let's move on. Let's quickly go through all these things. Let's see. So this is for the facial, for the face. Okay, so there's also body refinement. So if I want to remove blemishes from the body, all right, you can see if I want to remove blemishes from the body, I can take this one up and it will reduce the blemishes. Then for neck wrinkles, like I love this part, that's neck wrinkles. So you can see the wrinkles on the neck here. If I just take it up, see, it just reduces the wrinkles on the neck. And then if there was armpit showing, you can also fix armpit tuck chop, stretch mark, you can also do that. So that is for the blemish remover. So if I click on this, come to the skin retouching, this is where you can do your retouching. So let me show you on another image. Let me show you on this image. So for the skin retouching, so what we've been doing since it's not skin retouching, what we'll be doing is just removal of blemishes. So when you come to the skin retouching, this is where you can now do dodge and burn that can smoothen the skin. All right, so you can just do dodge and burn to any amount you want. You want it all the way to the top, or you want it halfway. So this is it. And then there's also the sculpt dodge and burn that helps to create definition on the face. It highlights the place that needs to be highlighted, and it darkens the areas that needs to be darkened. All right, so that's up to you. You can actually choose how you want that to work. You can actually choose how you want that to work for you. So for me, I don't go all the way to the top. I just, depending on the image, if I'm editing a male, most times I always keep it lower. But if I'm editing females, I can go up. I don't use the sculpt too much, but you can use it. You can try it out. All these things are sliders that you can just move it up and see the result, if you like it or not. So one thing I always like to do is that I don't touch this texture smoothing. This texture smoothing is only when the person has so much skin texture, I want to make it look more even. I can just click on texture smoothie just to make it look more uniform. Okay, but I don't use it. Then I don't use frequency separation. This frequency separation, can you see how it blurs the screen? So I don't even touch it at all. I just use only dodge and burn for the skin. Then skin softening, I don't touch it. Then when it comes to body, all right, the body, the same way it's editing the skin, you can edit the body. So I can come to body and use dodge and burn for the body. Then for the body, sometimes I also use frequency separation. So it's the body. So but I don't go all the way to the top. I just add a little just to smoothen it more if I want that. Okay, but for the face, I don't use frequency separation. Then after I've done that, I come to skin texture. I come and intentionally add more texture to my skin and add more clarity depending on what I want. If I want the image to look very sharp, so I do this. Then one thing I love about Evoto that it will take you a while to do it in Photoshop or Lightroom is this skin tone. Under skin tone, you can see AI face complexion, AI uniform body, AI. So let me show you the watermark I was telling you about. Can you see the watermark? Can you see the watermark showing up on the images? See, because I'm already editing with premium tools. So now this watermark is not going to affect your picture. The watermark is just to prevent you from screenshotting the picture from their app like this to go and be using. So they put the watermark, but when you export, this watermark will not show. Just take note of that, please. All right. And for those of you that are thinking of getting a subscription, please let me know so I can send you the referral code to use, and you use my promo code Ncourage, and you get discount, and you still get extra points that can be converted to extra credit if you use my referral code. All right, let's go on. Let's move on. Let's see. So if I come to this AI face complexion, I can take it up. If I take it up, look at what happens. It uniforms the color in the face. So but that's not the only sweet part. Now look at the face. The face is bright, but you can see how the hand is dark here. This one is different. If I just come to unify body, take it up, look at what happens. Can you see how it brightens the hand? And if I come to unify body complexion, it does for everything. See, the neck became brighter. Look at before and after. See, this is something that will take you a while to be looking for. How do I mask this area? How do I do this? With slider, you can get the results. And that's not all. After you do this, you will now see this other part, select skin tone, more of like foundation. I just click on anyone. So I like this. When I click on this, see, it just applies the same color on everything, and I can reduce the intensity I want or add more if I want. So I don't want more, I just do it like this. Then if I still feel the skin tone is not giving me the color I want, I can decide to move the white balance to add more yellow, or like I can move the white balance of the skin tone. It's not affecting the image. The white balance is only for the skin to give me the color I want. So if I say, oh, it's melanin, I want the melanin to pop, I can do it the way I want. And there are other skin tones I can use, darker ones, lighter ones, as the case may be. If I use this light one and I want, you know, so I can add more color if I want. So you can actually do all of that yourself. Let's see, let's go to this. So the skin radiance, I don't use it. It just makes the skin shine. I don't like it. Just it looks weird to me. Then there's rosy complexion. Like I don't like it. It just turns the image to something. Now, if you add something and you don't want it, you can just double click it to go back to 0. Okay. Then tan lines. If there's tan line, so I don't use all of that. So that is that for the skin retouching. So the next thing is face reshape. If I want to put the head pose up or down, I want to turn left or right. So all these are just more of like things you can do with liquify, you know, face aware liquify in Photoshop. You can actually do that here with all these tools, all these ones. Cheekbones, you want the person to smile, you want the person to, you can do all of that. This is face reshape and face expression. So the face expression is where you can make the person smile. Face reshape is to resize the shape of the face. You want bigger lip, bigger jawline, smaller nose, bigger eyes, as the case may be. You can do all of that. Then for facial expression, this way you can say you want the person to smile. You can see, look at the image. The person did not show teeth, or I can just click on two teeth and then it will just give the person teeth, or the natural one without teeth. So if I want the person to frown, then if I want gentle smile, I want the smile to come up. So as the case may be, all of this, you know, I'm just showing you. So the next thing is teeth. If the teeth was showing, you can whiten the teeth here. Let me show you. So for example, look at this picture. So for this picture now, you can see the teeth. So if I come to teeth flaw remover, so you can see all the flaws on the teeth. If I just click on this, it will just remove it, including the shape. You see where the tooth is not, some of the tooths are not, the shape are not in order. If I do this, it will just fix the shape. Then if I want them to be white, just click on this and they will be white. And if I click on this now, I can decide to make the teeth brighter or make it darker. I can desaturate the teeth more to make it white or less. So you can control the intensity here, as the case may be. Then if the teeth are not aligned, you can see that they are not the same shape. If I want them to be more aligned, see if I want all of them to look more perfect, but you don't need that. So leave it to look as natural as possible. If I click on pretty teeth, it will just give me AI teeth. It as it's loaded. Oh, okay, that's if I click on this. If I'm doing this, if I click on pretty teeth, see, pretty teeth will just adjust it to look more perfect. But you don't need all of that, so just take all of this off and just do the normal stuff. Then for the eyes, let me show you. Okay, so I think it was this image we had. So for the eyes, or this image instead. Okay, so this image, you can see the eyes very red. So I can click on eyes, all right, and then if I want the eyes to be brighter, because there are sometimes that most times the lashes cut our light from touching the eyes, you can actually make the eyes look brighter. So that's why I like this part. I just brighten the eyes, but most times the eyes are always looking darker in our images. Then I don't really touch all of these. If I want to brighten iris or anything, you can do all of that there. Then if I want to remove glass glare, so the other thing I do is white enhance. I just click on this. That would clean up all the veins and make it brighter. So if the veins that are left were too many, I can reduce it to bring back some of the vein. Then if I want the white to look brighter, to look whiter, so that depends on you. Then if the eyes are not looking straight, I can do eye symmetry. I need to straighten the eyes and make them the same size. So that's up to you. The red eye remover, if there was red eye, you know, you can do that. The AI iris correction, if you want to fix the iris, if for example the person, like, the eyes are not looking in the same direction, one is looking one way, the other one is looking, you can just click on AI iris correction to correct it, to make it look at the same side. But this is looking very weird to me, so I don't use it. Okay, so that is for that. Then another beautiful thing is catch light. If I don't have catch light in my image, I can just click on this to actually create an AI catch light on my image's eyes. I can create the catch light on the image's eyes. So That's up to you, but I don't use all of this. I don't use all of this. Now let's go to another beautiful part I love. Apart from the eyes, go to makeup. On the makeup section, I love this part. I love this part. Why? Because it's I'm able to pop the makeup of my subject without stress. So how do you pop the makeup? Just come to makeup section. Can adjust the highlights, can adjust the contour. So I can add more highlight to make it shine. I can add more contour. Or even the eyebrow, if the eyebrow is not dark enough, I can darken the eyebrow more or brighten the eyebrow more. So I can, the eye makeup, I can pop the eye makeup. Or if I don't want the entire this thing, I can come to only saturation to make it more saturated. Then if the lip is not popping, I can come to lip makeup and add more lip saturation. So it just makes it able for you to pop some certain areas of the makeup. So then another thing is you can come down to the makeup suite where you cannot do more stuff. I can just come to contour. If I want this contour to be more obvious, I want this blush to be more obvious. I come to blush and I click on any of the blush that follows that pattern, and then I can increase the blush if I want or not, just to add more blush to that area. So you are able to pop the existing makeup. So less is more. We're not just going to crank everything up, but we're just going to be doing it in a strategic way that will still make the image look very good. All right, so that's something to take note of. All right, so you can do that. Then the next amazing part is, let me see if I have an image I can use. Okay, let's use this. The next amazing part is hair. So you can see, so normally you know the time it will take you to remove all these stray hair. So when I come to hair, I just come to stray hair. This is hair perfection, stray hair remover. When I come here, I can remove all the stray hair with just one click. Then part line. So if for example this line on the head, if it's too light compared to the person's skin, let's assume here is bright and the person is dark, I can come to hair part line and darken it. Can you see how it darkens it? I can reduce it, like I'm just taking it all the way to the top to show you, but that's how you can actually darken it to match with the person's original skin tone if the scalp is brighter than other part of the body, but this person is not the same. It's not like that. Then if you want to add more volume to the hair at the top, or then and all of that. So then if you want to smoothen hair, if you want the hair to look very perfect, like well retouched, you can increase it and smoothen the hair. It will look somehow, but you can also choose the frizziness, and that will also make you know how control how you want your result to be. Then air shine enhancement. If you want the shine to pop, I like it, so I normally use it. Then if you want hair color adjustment, if the color of the hair, you want it to be darker, so this to blacken the hair. If you don't want to blacken the hair, you can choose any color you want. So if I want it to look red, I want to look blue, as the case may be, I can choose any of the preset of the colors here, and I can control how much amount and how much darkening it is doing to my image, as the case may be. So that's for hair adjustment. Then the separated hand, because sometimes some people's hand we have some dark knuckles or some blemishes that you want to remove. So if I click on hair now, so come to hands, I can even out the retouching on the hand, and I can remove the vein on the hand, and if I want to make the hand smaller or bigger, so that's for hands. Then the next thing is full body reshape. If I want to make the person, I want to change the person's shape. So let's say somebody is standing. Okay, let's see, I think this image, she's standing. If I come to this, I try to give the person AI shape. So it just moves different things. If you don't want to do the master, you can begin to adjust hand, adjust body, adjust waist, as the case may be, under this section. So I don't usually use it so much. So I'm going to reset this. So that is all that we have under this section called the portrait retouching section. Under the portrait retouching section. So the next thing is, we come to this one. You have the background. Under the background section, you can remove distractions. So now please note that when it comes to this background adjustment, it only works for solid background layers. So if I try to remove background distractions from this, it's not going to work. Why? Because it's not a solid background layer. So if I come to this is a solid background layer. You can see that the background is one color, seamless. So if I click on distraction remover, it's going to remove it. It removes it because it's a solid background layer. I can easily recreate this. But when you are working with this kind of texture background, it's not going to work. So this is where you use your distraction remover. Then if there are so much rumples and I want to clean it up, I can just click on clean up, and it will just smoothen out the background for me. So if the floor is too smooth, I can come to this place called ground and reduce it. If the back is too smooth, I can do vice versa. Okay, then if, like you can see now, the light on this place and the light on this place are not the same, I can click on uniform lighting. If I click on uniform lighting, it will light it with the same light, that it will not be the same exposure. So if I want that, and I can also reduce how much that is affecting the image, I can choose that. Then color banding remover, if there's any banding in your image, you can actually change it by using this. So that is for actually doing the background adjustment. Please note that this background adjustment works for solid layers. If you are working with a layer that is not a solid layer, it's not going to work like that for you. Let's go on. All right, let's go on, guys. Let's go on. So now that is for the background. So but what about if I want to change my background? So this is for background adjustment. If I want to change my existing background, so there are some there are some there are some existing backgrounds here that comes with Evoto. You can just click on them and automatically it will just remove the subject and place them on that new background. So you can use them, or you can do my background and go and import your own. I have a collection of 260 studio background that looks like this, that I was selling at a discount. I was selling at a discount of about 10,000 naira, which I think in Ghana cedis that's like 100 Ghana cedis approximately 100 Ghana cedis. So that was doing the discount, but I don't know, I stopped it and put the price back at 50,000, which is like 50,000 is like approximately 500 Ghana cedis. So but now I can give you guys a discount if you're interested in this. I'll give you guys a discount if you're interested in it. I would like to see it in the class WhatsApp group, where I can see, you can see all these are different colors that you can use for your images. All right, I actually created 260 of them, so we can use this for example. And then after selecting it, what you do is come back to the background changer. Here you can now do some other adjustments. So for example, I can decide to, if I want to reduce the opacity of the layer, but we're not going to reduce opacity because we have distraction. So if you don't want the distraction to affect it, just make sure that on this your background adjustment, remove all the distraction, clean up and do all the things you need to do, so that by the time you are reducing the opacity, it will not affect it. But one thing I'm saying is that the horizon line is not lapping. Since the horizon line is not lapping, all I'll just do is I'll just come to crop and I'll rotate it, or I can take the straighten tool, but it's not here. Where's that tool? It took me a while to find it, but anyway, you can just rotate it to your taste the way you want. All right, that will straighten the image the way you want. Let me see, let me reset it, and let me use the AI crop. Let me see, subjects, okay, subject face. I don't know what I'm doing now. Let me just rotate it like this. Okay, so something like this should work. So once I rotate it, you can see that this other one rotated to just change it from fill mode. No, okay, yeah, change it from fill region from original to cropped. You change it to cropped, then it matches. So now what I'm going to do is that on the vertical, I'm going to bring it down, you can see, so that it can overlap the old one, you can see. So this is before, after. You can see how it matches now because I'm straightening the image. Then that's if you want to reduce opacity. If you don't want it, you can keep it this way. Then you can actually expand the size or reduce the size, but I'm going to leave the size at 0. Then you can actually blur it, or if you want to blur it, but I don't use all of that. All right, then if I want to bring up my original shadow, I click see original shadow and click on this. It will bring back my original shadow. Then I can add more shadow and add what you want to add, as the case may be. So that's how you can change background so quickly. All right, so but now personally, this is not my favorite way of changing background. I'm going to show you my favorite way of changing background in Evoto. But one thing I want you to know is that for this collection of background, there are about 250 of them that are studio background that you can use on Evoto or Photoshop. I have them, and I'm going to give you guys a discount for 100 Ghana cedis if you're interested. I'm actually selling it for 500, but you can get it for 100 Ghana cedis. I think I'll put the promo for those 2 days. After 2 days, I'll stop selling it for that price for you guys. So if you're interested, let me know. All right, let's move on. So that's if you want to change background. So if you're done with that, you can close this. The sky replacement, if there was sky. So for example, the sky in this image, if I come to the sky replacement, I can choose from collection of skies. So look at recommended skies. There are a lot of skies that they have, or I can import my own skies. So that depends on you. So they have so many skies, and you can reduce opacity, you can blur it, you can brighten it, you can change the white balance, as the case may be. So that's for sky if you want to do sky thing. So after that, the next thing is clothes. This is one thing that Photoshop cannot do. So look at this cloth now. You can see how rumpled it is. All right, you can see how rumpled it is. If I come to cloth, the wrinkle cloth, I just take it up. Look at what happens. It smoothens. See, look at before and after. Do you know how long it will take me to do this? But with one slider, I make the clothes smooth. Come on, and you're telling me what can Evoto do that Photoshop cannot do? There are a lot, my guy. There's a lot. So this is one of the things I love so much because it saves me a lot of time, because a lot of people come and their clothes are rumpled. You can see how it smoothens it clear. Like, you can also adjust how much you want some areas to be affected, and then if it is smoothing what you don't want, you can take this eraser. This, in fact, for all the adjustments, they have that particular tool where you can erase an area you don't want the effect to take place. So all the adjustment, they have that particular tool. So that's for the clothes adjustment. You can de-wrinkle, you can de-blemish, you can smoothen the edge of the clothes, as the case may be. You can see how the edge is coming down. You can do that before and after, as the case may be. So that's for clothes. So the next thing is pets. We don't have any pets here, so I don't have any picture of a pet, but that's, you can edit pets with this. The next thing is the crop tool, where you can crop images. Next one is the creative edit tool, where you can relight your image. So this is my image. I can relight it to have a glow, I can relight it to have mist, I can relight it to have this. So these are different relighting stuff. Then I can also do vignettes, to add vignettes also. Then another part that I did not show you guys is lens blur. So let me show you where lens blur applies. So let's come to this image, for example. You can see that this image, although these things are blur, what if I want to blur them as if I shot it with a lens that is 1.4? I can just come to lens blur and apply lens blur. When I click on apply lens blur, I choose the kind of blur I want. I want circles, I want this, I want this. So any of them works, and I can boost it to go up or take it down. So you can see how blurred this thing is. Look at before, after. So you can imitate some level of, lens blur from them, and to just separate your subject and blur the background as you want it. So now if it is not selecting your subject where, you can choose where you want. This is more of like a, you can see it's just like the way you have your focus ring on your lens, the focus range. You can actually move the focus range to choose where you want to be sharp, where you want to be blur. So if I don't want the subject to be blur, I don't want the subject to be sharp, I want the background, I can move it. So, or you can just click on A, it's auto, it will just select it by itself. Then if you want to see the visual depth, you can choose to see the visual depth, but I don't do all of that. So that's for lens blur. So practically that's it. The next one is tether shooting, where you can connect your camera by cable, any camera. But if you are doing wireless, you come to wireless, not all cameras are supported. Just click on tether shooting guide. It will show you if your camera is compatible with the wireless system. But for the wire, all cameras can do it as far as you have a cable that connects to your computer. The import and export. So that's that for all the basic tools around. The other tool I've not shown you is this AI lab. Let me show you how it works. So I'm going to reset this image. Or no, okay, let me reset it. I like it. Let me reset it. The only thing I will do now is I want to come to crop tool, and I want to rotate the image to this. So let's say I do this for this image. This is now the way the image looks. You can see. What if I want to change the background? I can just come to AI lab and come to AI fusion. When I come to AI fusion, it says I should wait a moment. It's trying to load up. It's trying to load up. Let's see. Okay. So now if I come to AI fusion, it separates my subject. If I want only my subject, fine. Then I'll go and look for the one that has a couch. I'll look for a background that has a couch. Let's see. Let me see this one. This one has a seat. It's downloading, like that's why you need internet. So it has a seat, so you can see how I can put my subject on the seat. And then if I click on generate, it will merge my subject as if it was shot on this particular background. I can make my subject look bigger. So let me put my subject like this. You can see. So right now it's looking fake. You can see that the shadow, you can see there's no shadow. You can see this place. That's not a problem. All you just need to do is click on generate, but note that it's going to take 1 credit. If I click on generate, see what happens. I'll just wait for about a minute or two, and then Evoto is going to read the lighting of my background, the lighting of my subject, and recreate it and make it look as if my subject was actually shot on this particular background. So you can see right now, you're not seeing, like, the lighting is not looking real. It's looking fake, but just watch what happens. So it's generating at this point. When it is done, this generating that is showing here will stop. What is short? So now it's done. When I click on it, look at what happens. Can you see? Look at before and after. Before and after. You can see how it darkens this area, and try to relight my subject completely. See, put shadow on that. So you can do that. You can do that. Let me show you with another background, and you can have custom background. I have some custom background that Evoto wants to Evoto gave out for free the other time, but I think they want to put it up for sale on their platform. So I have some custom background that I generated by AI, and you can actually get it from Evoto. So now let's use this for example. So what if I wanted, what's this? Delete. What if I wanted my subject to be on this background, but now I want my original seat that was with my subject? I'll just click on subject only and click on subject and related objects to bring back the seat. So I'm going to put it here and just click on generate. So you can see now that the person is not looking real on top of the background, but just wait for a minute or two. You will see that the Evoto AI will just relight my subject to make it match with the background. All right, so now let's see action. Can you see? I don't know why I brought this thing. I think it was in the image just now from the other backgrounds I selected. So I don't need this. I don't need this foreground, but anyway, I'll show you again without this foreground. You can see how it's actually generated something really clean. See, look at before after. See, it just made it look so realistic. So that's how you can actually place subjects on backgrounds like that. You can actually do that. Okay, so if you want foreground, that thing that showed that time, this is a foreground. If you want foreground in your image, you can actually add foreground, but what I added was background. So I don't know, I think this is coming from the previous image just now. So the previous background that I used that time. So that's for the AI fusion. So the next one is people remover. Let me show you where it applies. So I'll just go to this. You can see that somebody is here, somebody is here. So I'll just go to the AI lab and come to smart remover. Okay, I can use smart remover first. Smart remover, there's magic and there's quick. So I prefer the magic. So I'll just take my brush, I'll just select what I want to remove. Just make sure it is properly selected. Make sure it's properly selected. Once you make sure it's properly selected, just click on. This one is going to use 0.5 credits. It's going to use 0.5 credits, and you can see there's no trace. So this one is still here. I can remove this one. I can remove this one. So that's for the smart remover. So you can use it to remove anything that is showing that you don't want. Look at before and after. You can see how we removed it without any trace that was ever there. So you can do that. Then if you don't want to do that, the another one that you can do is people remover tool. When I click on it, no matter how many persons are in the background, it will just automatically select them. So like this now, it has selected this structure here. I don't want it, so I'm going to click on the eraser tool and say no, leave this one. This one is not part of what I want you to remove. But you can easily identify people. When I click on this one, uses 0.3 credits. When I click on generate, it's going to generate it. Then if you want to be smart with your credits, instead of using smart remover, you can use this one and just automatic. And this one gives you two options. See, let's go to, hold on, let me, why is, okay, I think, okay. So now let's see, these are option 1 and option 2. It gives you two options. And oh, my laptop is not charged. Just hold on, guys. Let me plug my computer. Apologies. Let me quickly plug my computer. All right. Yeah. So it's charged. It's charging now. So you can also use this if I want to remove something, even if it's not a human being. I can still use brush or something and say remove this thing and click on generate to still do it. So that's just something you should take note of. So I'm going to leave this now. This is for strong glare remover. So for the glare that is so strong that the normal glare remover does not remove, you can actually use the strong glare remover to remove those glare. Then for stomach, if you want to slim down stomach, let me show you an example. Let's take a look at this. Let's see this image. Let's take a look at this image. You can see a tummy here is a bit out. So what you can do is come to AI lab and just come to belly slimming. And when it comes to belly slimming, is to identify the face. So this takes 2 credits, okay? So if you want to use it, it takes 2 credits. S, just go and use the liquify tool in Evoto. Use the poker tool to push it in, and it will still do the job for you. But this one is going to be using AI. So just wait for a minute or two, and then it's going to generate, depending on how fast your internet is. So you just wait for a minute or two, and you'll be able to see the results where the stomach will reduce very much. All right, so that's something to take note. So if you have questions, please start bringing the questions, and if you have questions, please do well to start bringing your questions, because we're about to get to the end. So you can see, let me show you the results. Click on this. Let me see the before and after. You can see how, look at the tummy. You can see, look at the tummy, look at before, after, before. You can see, very, very creative, before, after, done very well. So you can save it as the case may be, but I'm not saving any of these things. So let's go on. So the other thing is old restoration. If you have an old picture, just put it, you can restore it. Then the other one is enhancer. If you want to make an image look more detailed, you can do it. All right, so I want questions to keep coming, because these are just straightforward. You just select and click generate. The same thing for the old photo restoration. They are quite straightforward, and they have the amount of credit they take. So but I would like to answer questions. I would like to answer questions, guys. I would like to answer questions, because I know a lot of people might have questions to ask. A lot of people have a lot of questions to ask. Let me answer questions. Let's take questions. Let's take questions, because that's like an overview of how Evoto works. That's an overview of how Evoto works. Can you guys hear me? Let's take questions, please. All right. So there's a question that, can we do multiple pictures? Yes. So there's a preset I gave out in my last class. Let me even show you guys. So under the preset section, I have a preset here. All right, so I'm going to apply the preset on this image now, and so that you see the edit. So now let's assume, yes, we're okay with this. I want to apply it to multiple images. All I need to do is, since this one is already selected with yellow, I'm going to hold command or control, select the next image I want. Then I'll go to the portrait retouching section and click on sync. When I click on sync, when I go to this next image, it's going to sync the image. When I go to the next image, it's going to sync. All right, so I think I also used it for this. So if I want it on this, I'll go to this one, hold command or control, go to the next image I want it on, click on sync. It's going to, when I come to this one, it's going to sync on it, and you see the results. There you go. So maybe if what is left is just to add exposure, I just go and add exposure by myself to my image. Yes, I've done too much. So this is before, after with one click on the presets that I have. So this preset, I'm going to give you guys, like, we're going to look for the code. Okay, let me see, bash share. So now this is the code for this preset. So you see this code, Evoto, this code. All you need to do is come to my preset, come to import and click on preset token, and then paste this thing there. See this? Paste it and click on OK. When you click on OK, the preset will be imported. That's how they import preset. You don't have to download anything. You don't have to send anything to anybody. All you just need to do is just to use the preset token. I'll send the preset token to you guys where you can import this particular preset I created it on live when I was teaching. So the preset is available for you to use for free, and if you apply it on your image, for example, let's assume I apply it on this particular image. Once I apply it, if the intensity is too much, I can, so because there are two things here. There's one part which is the portrait retouching, because I also do the skin retouching inside. Then there is color adjustment. I can reduce the opacity of the color if I want that. I can reduce the opacity of the portrait retouching if I want that. So that's how the preset works. Do we have more questions? Somebody's asking why the imported pictures look blur. Please, does this image look blur? Is this image looking blur? Let me read. Now, does it look blur? Let me come to this one. Does this one look blur? Let me reset it. Does it look blur? Come on, I already told you guys about increasing the preview copy. I explained that already. But maybe this person was not there, because I'm suspecting he asked the first question I answered. So what you should do is go to Evoto, come to preferences, come to preview, and change the preview size to 4000 and click OK to give you a higher preview size. Please guys, ask your questions. Ask your questions. I want to answer everybody's question today. I want to answer everybody's question. Do you have questions? If you have questions for me, please ask. If there are no questions, can we call it a day? So guys, in the next few hours, the form, you no longer have access to actually. Someone is asking if there's a way you can buy presets. I am working on my preset collection. All right, so are there questions? Are there questions? All right, so are there questions? I'm not seeing questions. If there are more questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Will Evoto frequency separation improve over time? Yeah, Evoto has been improving over time. Like, they have been improving. Like, they take feedback very seriously and they're working on it. So most likely the frequency separation may improve, but a lot of people use more of the dodge and burn, so dodge and burn works. Somebody asking if you can import presets from third-party software. The only kind of preset you can import are the XMP or Cube. Cube are color lookup, while XMP are the ones from Lightroom or Camera Raw that is saved as SMP. You can import them, but you cannot import Capture One styles. You cannot import um, LRC. You know, what was that? See, I don't know what they call it. There's one other format for some color presets, but we cannot do that. Any other question, guys? Any other question? So guys, please like this video so that you can get more. Please like the video, please like the video for me so we can get more recommendations. And YouTube wants to increase monetization from 4,000 watch hours requirement to 8,000, and I think I need to work on my YouTube channel. Well, maybe most of these things I'll break them down and do more videos. So guys, make sure you fill the form to get the free Evoto credit. And if there are more questions, please let me know. So if you have questions, please ask. If you have questions, ask. All right, so I don't know if we can call it a day. Have you gained value? Have you learned something? Is this class worth it? Do you enjoy this class? Please, I want to get your feedback. I want to get your feedback, please. I want to get your feedback. I want to get your feedback. Somebody asking, let me explain again. Anytime you use any of these professional tools in Evoto, it will always show you watermark, but the watermark is not permanent. It will only go by the time you are exporting the picture. So you might see the watermark here, but when you click on export and you have credit and you export the picture, the watermark would disappear in that export. But the watermark will be showing here because they don't want you to screenshot here. You need to export, and export requires credit. All the credit I'm giving to you, you can use to export images for free. That's why I'm giving you credit. If not, the software is available for you to practice with, but you cannot export the image. The credit I'm giving you is to be able to export the images you edit so that you can actually post them and you can use them to do anything you want to do. So please, that is how it works. So back to what I was saying about the pricing. So guys, please note that you can use my promo code. You can use my promo code to get discounts. You can use my promo code to get discounts if you do not have that discount already ongoing. So make sure you take advantage of that. So any questions, guys, before we call it a day? Any question, guys, before we call it a day? How much is subscription? Let me go back to the subscription page. So for those people that do not know, all right, so this subscription for Evoto, for the annual subscription, is on at $89. So what you need to do is click on buy now and put Ncourage here. Ncourage is going to give you discounts, so make sure you put Ncourage and click on apply. So now I can also give you a referral code you will put here to get extra points, to get extra credits. If you need that, you can write me and I'll send it to you. But if you have a subscription, you can have your own referral code you can use to refer people that will give you points, give the people points, and both parties will be getting extra credits. All right, so that's what you should know. So these are the prices for the annual subscriptions. Every time you renew it, you are going to every time you renew it, you are going to get, you know, the rollover of the credit. And for this, you can use it on 2 devices, and the pay as you go is credit that is valid for 2 years. So it's valid for 2 years, and there's no rollover. By the time it gets to 2 years, if you do not exhaust it, it will disappear. Why this one is 1 year, but when it gets to 1 year, as you renew your subscription, the credit continues with you. So those are the prices for the, so any of them that you want to buy, even if it's this, and you click on buy now and you click on add coupon and you put encourage, you still get a discount. So my coupon is giving you 20% discount. So please use my coupon code. It will make Evoto know that I am actually referring people, that them empowering me to host classes, give her free credit, is actually bringing result of people subscribing, and they know that they can trace the people to me. So please, I want you to use my coupon code when you are subscribing. Any question? So thank you so much for the class. Thank you, J Boy. Thank you. So guys, this is where we're going to call it a day, so that we can all get rest. And if you have any question after watching the video, please let me know. All right, thank you so much for being part of this. And on the WhatsApp group, I intend to do more stuff. Let's see how we can, make people know how to use Evoto better. All right, thank you so much, guys, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Goodbye.